Okay, two big headlines. MKLeo gets his worst placement in years, and Onin, the Steve player, takes the entire SmashCon 2022. Let's get started with this. So this past weekend was SmashCon 2022. It is recorded and said to be the biggest Smash super major all year. That being said, there's a ton of different things that happened today that we really should be touching on and talking about. So here we go. Thing number one. As always, we have our top 8 with some of the greatest players on this planet. In top 8, you've got Riddles, Cola, The Buzz, MKLeo, Gluttony, Light, Maister, and of course, Onan. So this was a really stacked tournament, and if you haven't seen it, dude, there's some key moments that you should check out. Some of my favorite matches include the team kill between Liquid The Buzz and Liquid Riddles. One of the most epic fights, and of course, it just comes down to who is knocking who out from the same team. I, of course, am a Terry main. I'm a little bit sad, but hey, at least he got top 8. Can't be any more proud of my boy Riddles, so good job, man. Okay, elephant in the room. Let's get him out of the way. MKLeo getting 5th place. Has to be his worst placement in offline tournaments in literal years. I believe the lowest he got is, if you want to count it, Summit 4, the Invitational, which I still wouldn't count, but let's just count it. Proto Banham, as we talked about before, actually took Leo out at 4th place. So interesting, right? The king of Smash is starting to fall. In this tournament, he did play Byleth and he went Pyramithra. He still didn't go Joker, and I know many people are going to be like, hey, he didn't go Joker, so did you really beat Leo? But to be honest, watching the matches that he did play against these other players, and I'm just going to say it right now, Onin, Steve, and Gluttony's Wario, this guy was playing out of his mind. He did tweet something about like, hey, he wasn't even playing great, right? But honestly, as when I was watching it back, it just seemed like he was getting smoked. And when he did get a move in, he was actually able to make something happen. However, when I rewatched the whole MKLeo and Onan matchup, you could just tell Onan was getting so much more per punish than Leo was. I think the most Leo was able to do was like his up B to the back air, which is about like 30%-ish, somewhere around there. Whereas in Onan was able to get 60% plus on just one opening, and within 5 interactions or 5 winnings of neutral, he was able to take a stock. And that wasn't just with MKLeo, that was literally with almost every person that he played. So although MKLeo did say this, I mean, I thought he would have been able to do it with Byleth. I know he didn't switch off. He has his reasonings for that. He did end up playing another Steve whose name I can't remember. I'll place it right over here because it's super long. But he went Pyramithra and he was able to take that match. I know it's not the same Steve player, but it's just worth noting. Now, I do want to say as a funny thing, it's one thing to wake up early in the morning and to find out MKLeo has already been sent to losers. I thought that was what a way to wake up on a Sunday morning. Now that being said, MKLeo was sent into losers and he did end up making his grind back. If you watch the match against him and Cola, you could see this guy was just driven to bring it back. Unfortunately, he ran into his old friend Gluttony, and Gluttony seems to have had the download on him and just absolutely obliterated him. I mean, getting farted on has got to be the funniest way to die. Can you imagine getting farted on and that's your final stock and that's literally how you go out? You go out 5th place, fucking farted on, bro. You had that coming. Shame for shame. But honestly, it was a pretty good run. I know he maybe might have been a little bit different with Joker, but he didn't go Joker. And I'm kind of getting tired of this whole thing like, hey, it wasn't Joker, so he didn't beat him. No, it was his Byleth and it was his Pyramithra, which is arguably one of the best characters in the game. And he still got his ass handed to him. Let the guy take the L. He's still an amazing player. I still believe he's the greatest player in Smash Ultimate, although I know he's being challenged right now. And I believe that, you know, he has the ability to adapt. I think after this loss, he may start thinking of hopefully bringing back the Joker. Everybody loves it. I want to see it. I wasn't around. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm kind of new to the scene, so I wasn't really around when he was using Joker. When he used it that first time, I was like, I kind of want to see more of this. We then had the fight with Gluttony and Light, and make a long story short, Light ended up taking out Gluttony. I'm sure he was pumping his own head after that, but unfortunately, he ended up taking a fat loss to Maister. Maister was kind of poised to win this, although he had already lost to Steve. That being said, Maister went right back into it and kind of did something that we didn't expect, and that's kind of go Sora first. I don't know why he didn't want to go Game & Watch. I think he just felt that he wasn't able to do the matchup. He was getting his ass whooped the first time they played, even though it started really well in his favor. He did end up getting his ass whooped, and so I'm pretty sure that's why he wanted to start off with Sora. Funny moment in this whole entire tournament, he won one fucking game with Sora. One goddamn game with Sora. against Steve, and maybe it was him standing up and raising his hands or whatever the hell he was doing, popping off for that one win. But production ended up releasing confetti as if to say that he had already won the tournament. I guess nobody realized or failed to tell production, hey, that was just one fucking match. Sora won one game, and I think that might have been like the first game that Sora has won with Maister. Absolutely funny. He still ended up getting smoked by, of course, Onin, who rocked solo Steve. And let me talk about Onan. I think it's really important that we kind of discuss who this player is, who this character is, and what's up with him, because it's absolutely important. Now, before I do that, I do want to mention there is a lot of hate towards Onan at the moment and his Steve. Before you have some hate for this guy or kind of want to like blah, 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 I recommend watch his post-tournament interview. You really get to see his personality and who this guy is. Everybody, and even myself, I'm guilty of this, painted him as a villain. Oh, you're playing Steve, this broken ass character. You come from out of fucking nowhere. You're 16 years old and you absolutely just crushed every single player. I don't know why, but people were hating this guy. And then as soon as you see his post-game interview, you get to see, guy, he's just like, he's a 16-year-old kid. He's super damn chill and he's so damn cool. It was this moment here that let me know, like, oh yeah, Onan is straight up chill. I think we were all just painting him badly and trying to make him the bad guy because, I mean, he was just smoking everybody. So check this moment out.
That's my guy right there. Curry, that's my guy. All these homies, dude.
He literally is like one of us, like whatever, right? So that being said, this guy really just dominated with his Steve. Now, before you start saying like, yeah, it's because Steve's broken, that's why he was able to do that. I'm not saying Steve's not broken. We'll talk about that right after this. But the fact is that there are professional, very capable Steve players, including Yanni, including Jake from State Farm. These are players that haven't done what Onan has done. So, and I think that's really important to point out because, yeah, okay, maybe Steve is a broken character, but there's a shit ton of Steves out there, and all these fucking Steves have not done what Onan's done, and not done it in the way that Onan's done it. Yes, Steve may be broken, but what other Steve has literally done what Onan has done? Okay, and this video is getting a little bit long, so I'm actually going to save the rest of this digestion for part 2. Make sure you like and sub so you catch the rest of that, because we're going to dissect Onan himself against all the other Steve players, as well as discussing why Steve is absolutely broken, why he should have been changed, and etc. All the script is already done, so I'm just going to upload that second part pretty soon, probably tomorrow or the day after that. Make sure you like and sub because you really don't want to miss it. And again, this is your place to catch all the tournament news. For all you guys out there, much love to you guys and see you next time.